My name is Caleb Mutfwang. I'm privileged to be the governor of Plateau State. I have had the privilege of working with several women in government. My deputy is a woman. Several appointees holding key positions in government are women, and I've found their contributions invaluable. I'm therefore strongly advocating that women should be given more prominence in governance in Nigeria. It is on record that women are about 50% of our population, and they only have 5% share of representation in governance. I think it is high time as a nation that we harvest the investments we have made in several of our women, not just as a token, but because there is a lot that we can gain from the participation of women when we bring them into more positions of governance. It is therefore my honor and privilege to urge the National Assembly to pass the bill reserving seats for women in Parliament. I look forward to working with my State House of Assembly to ensure that when that law is passed, it is properly domesticated in our state. And I'm sure that the nation will gain immensely from the contributions of more women in governance. I therefore wholeheartedly support that bill, and I hope that members of the National Assembly will do justice to that.
If you have your attention, please, do you mind answering a couple of questions?
Okay.
Okay. So, firstly, on a personal note, how's the journey of governing Plateau State been so far? What has surprised you the most being governor?
Yeah, the journey of governing Plateau thus far has been a mixed baggage. Um, I am so excited about the potentials I see in our state and as a subcomponent of our nation. We are blessed with great people, with great resources, but we are operating below our capacity because we need to have a change of mindset. Uh, I think we have been too comfortable with mediocrity, and to be able to raise the bar in governance has been a challenge because people need a lot of reorientation to begin to aim for excellence, to begin to aim for value addition. Uh, it takes a lot of time to be able to change people's mindsets, but I hope we've started the journey.
Okay, thank you. Looking at your time in office so far, what would you say are your two major achievements as at this time?
Mm. My first achievement, I would say, is that we have brought back hope in public service. People are believing again in government. Um, it may not look tangible, but it's very important because when people do not believe in government, they don't believe in public officials, they lose hope. And therefore, even the contributions they bring to the process is lost. So I think for me, that is a major, major achievement, that people are beginning to trust us again, that we mean what we say and we say what we mean. Uh, Beyond that, I think we've also been able to um, uh, start rebuilding foundations that were destroyed, foundations in civil service, in healthcare, in education. And we're beginning to see a gradual process of renewal, of revival. And we are not where we want to be, but certainly we know that we've started a journey to somewhere. And I think that is very important.
Okay, as one of the few governors who has a female deputy, what motivated you to have a woman as your running mate?
Yes, my main motivation for picking a woman as a deputy was because I know that the demography shows that women are a very strong population, and we felt they should be at the negotiation table. And therefore, for us, it wasn't just picking a woman just to harness the votes. But we also believe that women have significant contributions to make in governance. And therefore, when the opportunity presented itself, we didn't hesitate to pick a woman. We were very specific from the onset that we needed a woman. And I think the other contribution a woman brings to the table is loyalty. And I think so far I've been proved right.
In the area of security in Nigeria, Plateau State has been in the news, as well as other states like Benue, for example. Can you walk us through some specific steps your government has taken in order to reduce the violence going on there?
Yeah. Let me quickly state this, that the violence, insecurity on the plateau has been around since 1994. It's not something that just started with my administration. And even in the last dispensation before I came into office, there were lots and lots of ugly incidents. But I think what we are doing differently is that we are bringing the situation to national and international consciousness. We are trying to let people know what is really happening. And therefore, with that, we are making it more challenging, for the security operatives to do what they ought to do. And so we are not sweeping things under the carpet. We are mobilizing local support, making sure that people take destinies into their hands, as it were, without being lawless. We are making sure that communities are able to organize themselves to resist any incursion into their territories. That community action is something that we have strengthened. It's not that it didn't exist before, but we've strengthened it. We've also been able to ensure that there is dialogue among communities, so that we reduce the fault lines, among communities, the fault lines of faith, the fault lines of ethnicity. And so there is more understanding, between communities, intra-understanding, inter-community understanding. And of course, the conventional security forces, we're also making sure that we motivate them and support them with all the logistics we can to be able to perform their roles.
Okay. So finally, when your time in office comes to an end, what do you want the people of Plateau State, people of Nigeria, to remember you for?
Good question. I think I'd like to be remembered that once upon a time, they had a servant leader who laid the foundation for a greater Plateau. I am determined that I will leave Plateau better than I met it. And I hope that generations to come will find that we had left our own footprints on the sands of time, and that they can have things to emulate. We don't want ours to be the end of Plateau. We only want to set the process in motion, that those coming behind us will have sufficient ground to stand upon and build Plateau better, and that Plateau will become a key component of the Nigerian nation.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.